What's up, Logan fans?
And SHAKERA. And y'all already know we're doing it for the mother loving culture.
So y'all, Rap Radar, title, a new interview with Drake was awesome because he don't do many interviews.
And we just did a reaction to Drake.
Yeah, we want to hear his how he felt, how the Pusha T stuff started out and all that. We found the time stop in the comments. We're gonna skip straight to that part of the video and see, what happened with Pusha and how everything went down.
When you have to just look over your shoulder all the time, or wonder, all right, if this goes left, which one of my friends is gonna go sit for 2, 3, 4, 10 years? It's just not. It's not a good way to live. In that particular situation that you're talking about, don't know. I have no desire to ever mend anything with that person, and that situation just went. It just went where it went, and it's just there is no turning back. It's not like those other situations that you mentioned.
Did Pusha go too far by revealing the child and presenting that to the world?
Well, I'll say this. I tip my hat to the chess move. I mean, it was a genius play in the game of chess.
Definitely.
And definitely, warranted my first quote unquote, loss in the competitive sport of rapping. By choice, obviously, because I bowed out after realizing the gap between us allowed him to drop, a bomb on the world that really became that was all anyone cared about. I sleep well at night knowing I didn't get outbarred and I didn't get dunned off by some crazy song it was just he told the world that the biggest artist at the time has a kid that he hasn't told you about. So I knew kind of for me it was over at that point. It wasn't even about battle rap or any of that. It was just the information was too shocking. It was, like I said, it was on his part, it was a genius chess move. He obviously has no when it comes to me, he's not gonna have any morals or respect. So the other elements of the record, whether it be just the shit that he's making up about my mom and my dad and all this dumb shit, or obviously the part that hit me the most, which is wishing that my friend that has an illness dies. That shit to me is just not really wavy. I'm just not really with that. And when I did say, oh, there's rules to this, I didn't mean there's rules that anybody has to follow. But in battle rap, they just headshotted that guy the other day because he was on stage and he pulled out a picture of the guy's dead aunt and started rapping about that type of shit. And it just is what it is. There's a point where you're gonna want to stop rapping. I'm sure I could say something about your lovely lady or a child or a family member, and you're just gonna want to not really rap anymore. Yeah. So that's just kind of where I got to. I just had to admit I'm really and when I was making the record in response, which was a real record, I know people think it's some myth. It was on his Vinyls beat, and I just found myself saying things that one seemed really out of character, just because I was deeply invested in the situation and getting very angry, and saying things that I don't know if in 2 years I'd want to hear myself say, and I just realized that so it's not really much I can say better than Drake Has a Baby. He won.
Not at all.
He won off that bomb, and so again, it's a dub that he can take it.
Was that true that you wanted to reveal the child with Adidas campaign and things like that?
I wasn't. At the time I was working with Adidas, and we were toying with the idea of a name being a play off of a name, off of my son's name. I wasn't revealing my son with Adidas. I wasn't going to have my son right now. But yeah, no, I was just, to be honest with you, I actually did a DNA test for my son, and they came back to us and they said that the DNA test got ruined in transit, and that they couldn't be 100% sure that was my son or not. So I was in a really weird pending situation where I didn't want to go tell the world that was my son, and it wasn't. So, and if you see my son, you understand why.
I'm mad. Here's the thing. I saw. Went in the shop. He showed everybody a picture. He not saying he seen the picture.
Show it to me.
I know we're cool, Dre.
Yeah,
I gotta see a picture.
But yeah, no. If you see my boy, you'll understand. Like, you know, at the time, I was like, I mean, he's just a stunning child. You know, with the brightest blue eyes. And at the time, I was like, I don't know. But you know, it actually wasn't until a week before the album came out that I got confirmation that was definitely my son. It took me 2 more solid tests with 2 different companies. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, again, I wasn't like all the details of his record are all just like fabricated, so just to make it more interesting. The story's actually not really that interesting. The biggest part of it is that I have a son, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm hiding him and I still, by the way, I still won't post my son because the world's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, right.
And like, you know, I'm in a co-parenting situation. Anybody that's in a co-parenting situation understands that you have to split time between 2 locations, so I can't always be there to make sure he's good. The last thing I want to do is have people running around going crazy trying to get my son and do all the crazy shit that they do to me here, showing up outside and with, you know, voodoo dolls and naked pictures.
But do you feel like you crossed the line when you talking about Pusha? You mentioned his woman, you know, the Duppy freestyle. Like,
he has a point. He can say, yo, you brought up my lady's name. Oh, all bets are off the table. That's fine. You know, like I said, we all think differently, right? And even like, you know, even in the Me and Meek situation, if you listen back to those records, and it's something that we talked about before too. If you listen back, it's, you know, we didn't really go that crazy on each other. Yeah. And we left Nick out of it, and we left kind of family out of it for the most part. Like, it's
just knew each other, more stuff about each other that you didn't go to also.
Yeah, it's, well, whether there was information that didn't get revealed or not, the point is like, there's just some unwritten rules in the sport for some people. Obviously not for him, and that's fine, you know. And he's just made an entire career off of it, you know. And some people like his music. I personally don't, because I don't believe any of it. And I like to listen to guys that I believe.
But didn't he used to say he used to like
sign mics and all that stuff.
Yeah, I still have it upstairs.
Idols become your rivals, right? And like, to genuinely lose respect for someone.
Yeah, but it's also, you just get to peek behind the curtain too, right? It's like, you know, when I was, whatever, 16, thinking that he was the biggest dope dealer in the world, serving bricks to every corner of America. Yeah, sure. I'm sure I was, you know, again, a fan and obviously more so just a fan of like Pharrell and the Neptunes. I always wanted to be signed to Star Trek and stuff like that. That was like the way. But yeah, I mean, you know, now that I'm grown up and I actually know him and the truth is just kind of like, I don't know, it's not as appealing as it once was.
You look at those like a side almost to the biggest conflict, which is the ups and downs of your relationship with Kanye West at the end of the day?
I think that that's where all of this kind of stems from. It's all kind of rooted in that situation. Yes, you know, I think that he definitely recruited a guy with a similar dislike for me, no matter what he says in interviews. You know, I know that he can tell whoever, you know, I got love for him or whatever, but it's not love. You know, it's there's something there that bothers him deeply, and yeah, I can't fix it for him. So it just is what it is. I can never, ever, ever, ever turn my back on the things that I've said about him in a positive light, and I still feel all those same things. You know,
him up earlier in this conversation.
Yeah, he's still my, you know, obviously with the exception of Lil Wayne, just because Lil Wayne will always just forever be like something else other than one of my favorite artists. But you know, and if I look at Hove as like the guy who truly probably shaped majority of my thinking, skill set, all those things, I would say that Kanye West would be my favorite artist, you know, all around, you know, and that's just facts. I mean, I have no problem saying that. It's not like you know, I'm always willing, like I said, I'm always willing to give the love and the credit. But yeah, things have just changed. I'm not just some kid that's a fan anymore, and now we have personal situations. And like I said, a lot of his issues with me, I can't fix them for him.
What I got from this is that it's basically not fixable, but anything's fixable. I mean, honestly, when Jay-Z and Nas was beefing back in the day, people thought that they would never, but now they like fucking best friends. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Things die off, but in the moment right now, Drake just feel like, but he still gave Kanye credit of feeling like, yeah, I mean, you know.
He's still top tier.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like that. He's just so all over the place that people can't never get a grasp on him. But I think most people that know hip hop will tell you like, nah, Kanye, like, yeah. I mean, like musically, yeah. And then Push. So let's get what we started the video to talk about. Push. He feels like he went too far. We're talking about his friend's MS or whatever it is.
And
his friend 40.
And exposing his
son. But I think it was really the 40 stuff. But he did admit that he feels like he won once he dropped the bomb on his son or whatever. Let's see where this goes.
There was no coming back from that.
And that's what he said. He's like, yeah, I mean, you drop. It ain't even gonna be about rap at this point.
Yeah, because nobody really cares about who you are as a person. Nobody cares about you being ugly. You know what I'm saying? What they care about is the fact that I got a son.
As
and
you
don't
call
nobody
it,
know.
The tea.
That was piping hot tea, honey. And Pusha dropped it on us, honey.
Yeah.
But
to me personally, I feel like both of them. I feel like honestly, it's a shame that they never gonna like make anything together. Because I feel like obviously Drake is gonna go down as one of the greatest artists of our time. Like people don't really realize now because we just always been in the Drake moment the last 10 years. But when he's really done, he's gonna be one of the greatest artists in the history of music, not just rap. And I feel like from a just singular standpoint, like he don't have the mainstream acclaim like Drake, but just like really, really embedded in hip hop culture and really, really good. I think Pusha T's name is gonna stand the test of time too. I think it's two really great artists in different ways. Yeah. That just ain't seeing eye to eye, and that's what it be. A lot of times it's ego. A lot of times it's a bunch of stuff. Because when Jay-Z and Nas done it, they was both at the top. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z was like, nah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm number one.
It's my time right now. Like I gotta pummel you. You know what I'm saying? And Nas was like, nah, nigga. Like
I'm still here.
I'm still that guy. Like, and then Hov came back and dissed Jim Jones and said, yeah, nigga, the Joneses can't keep up. Maybe my nigga Nas, but I got stronger after Ether. You know what I'm saying? So he still feel like, yeah, Nas won, but nigga, I'm a whole nother animal now, like even after Ether. You know what I'm saying? So it's all competition, but Drake felt like it's a certain point of competition that crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I can't, I mean, to me, I feel like all bets, like I feel like everything's off. But if I had a friend dying, like if Quan was dying, and a nigga battle rapped about that, I would probably want to kill that person.
All bets are off. You gotta be willing to eat those bars. You gotta be when you enter into a rap beef, you should know that there is nothing that's too much. All bets are off in rap.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like once you join the game, that's like once you start playing football, if you get CTE or if you get like a concussion, it's like you knew that could potentially happen.
That's like entering into a fight. Like you about to fight somebody and then you just stop.
Y'all let us know what y'all think about this whole situation. Drake don't do many interviews. I'm glad he did it. And I'm going to finish watching the rest of the interview off camera. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow us right now on IG at Loganfamofficial. We will see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Much love.
Thanks for watching. Love you guys.